Hey guys, it's Ann with SeeAnnSave.com, and I'm back for another week of SeeAnnSell, where I put all of my reselling activity on eBay and Amazon FBA into one video. And starting off with an eBay sale, this is a men's, Columbia fleece vest, and I picked it up at Goodwill for anywhere from $2 to $3. So I know some people get like the barcodes at Goodwill, they have professional pricing. Mine does not. They put signs up in the store to tell you what things cost. And then they have those little plastic tabs on the clothes. And the clerks are supposed to ring it up based on where the tag is. So is it on the collar? Is it on the arm? Is it on the hem? I don't know. And I don't think most of the clerks know too, because sometimes you get up the front and they charge one price, another clerk will give you another. So it was anywhere from $2 to $3, depending on how that clerk rang it up. And it sold on sale for $13.99, so not a huge profit. But the buyer, of course, did pay shipping, and you can see it is under £1. So I'm going to send it first class in one of these handy-dandy eBay poly mailers. I've got a bunch of these envelopes with the last eBay store coupons that we got. I have a premium store, so I had $50 to spend. And I bought 3 sizes of the poly envelopes. I did go over the coupon and paid some out of pocket. But you want to do that, a little bit, because if you don't use the whole value of the coupon, you don't get it back. So I wanted to make sure I got the full $50 worth. And yeah, I'll just slip that right in there and send it off. So it's Wednesday morning, and I woke up to one sale. This lot of 3 Sesame Street books that I got for 10 cents each sold on sale for $17.49, and the buyer paid medium mail shipping. I'm going to put these into probably this size, the 10.5 by 15 bubble mailer. Perfect fit. It is later on Wednesday afternoon now, and I just sold this Old Navy women's puffer jacket, puffer vest. It's a vest with the faux fur hood. It's an extra large. I picked it up at Goodwill, so it would have been a little less than $3 on sale, and it just sold on sale for $17.49. Buyer paid parcel shipping, but I think I will be able to upgrade to priority, as I usually am. It's in the 1 to 2 pound range. I'm going to put it in one of these bubble mailers, because puffy vests are puffy and hard to cram into a flat rate. So somebody asked why the price $17.49, is that like a magic number? No, these are all items that had been priced at $24.99, and they're currently 30% off on sale, so that brings them down to $17.49. So I'm having a lot of $17.49 sales for that reason. When I first started my business doing gift baskets and then gifts, I took a lot of like online classes, and I read a lot of books about pricing. And, $9.99, $24.99, $49.99 are good price points. It's just buyer mentality. People like the $9.99 versus, $10.99. You look at something, it's $9.99 or $10.99, a customer is more likely to go for the $9.99 version. It's just that kind of mental, trick. It's just $1 off. $10.99 seems more expensive than $9.99. Also, back in the day when I first started on eBay and everything was auction, every price had a different price. So like you could start an auction at 99 cents and that was a price. I think like a quarter. I can't remember. It's been years. And then $9.99 was a different price for auction. Then you went up to, I think the next one was $24.99, then $49.99. So if you priced something from 99 cents to $9.98 at auction, it would be one price. $9.99, then it was another. Do you know what I mean? If you've been on eBay long enough, I'm sure you remember those days. But anyway, so I'm just set into my pricing. I know a lot of people will be like, no, you need to price it so the change is different and it's lower. I don't believe that. I believe people listing things and customers finding them. It's all about good pictures, good titles, and accurately describing your item. If you have a good quality item, you've described it accurately, the buyer can see good photos of it, they see your reputation as a good seller, and it's something they want, they're going to buy it, whether it's, $19.98 or $19.99. That's really not going to matter. Unless I think if you're selling in categories that are super duper flooded, like media or something, then maybe that would make a difference. But for this type of stuff, no, I don't worry about that kind of a little trick. I just, again, when I get coats and jackets, usually a lot of them are in the $24.99, and then I start running sales after that. So anyway, yeah, $17.49 right now just happens to be the number at which things are selling at, and I will take it. What are you doing over there?
Cleaning silverware. Because this set's worth $3,000.
Oh my gosh.
More or less.
Lucy's sleeping.
Yep. We're tired girl.
Yeah, we're tired girl. It is now Wednesday evening, and I just sold this Grande lips. I got this in a subscription box of some sort, and I had no use for it. I was going to take it to the consignment store, but I had a sale last week of a beauty product that I showed you guys, and I just thought I would pop these things, some of them up on eBay. And so I originally had this up for $14.99, and then it got put on sale. So it sold for $11.19, and buyer paid first class shipping. So I'm just going to pop it in this little bubble mailer. I get those from Sam's Club. And I actually did manage to get some things listed last night. So, oh, and Papa's been cleaning flatware. So I listed this mug, these two mugs, the Family Circus mug, this little orange peeler, and then the Yankees pendant, which is in horrific shape, and I'm embarrassed by it. But I did list those things. I took some photos of items over here, and I need to get lights for these Christmas villages. These do sell. There was a sale of this one for $48, but it had the fireman with it. I'm assuming he came with it originally, but they had a fireman. But anyway, it sold for $48. So, hope I at least get $40 for it. And you can see there it has those little light things you pop in the back. You can get those at craft stores. I just need to get some. And separated my little nativity scenes. They're a little bit of a hodgepodge. There's a set from Japan and a set from Italy, yet there are some extra pieces. So there's one piece, I think there's two Josephs, and the other has two angels. So I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, yeah, get those listed. And it was a fun, exciting day of not going anywhere because put in for carrier pickup, and then the mail person did not come until 4 o'clock. We had a sub, and we thought maybe we'd missed it because that's happened before. They kind of just knock, and my dad doesn't hear them because he doesn't hear well. If they don't knock loud enough or ring if our doorbell's iffy, if they don't knock loud enough, he could miss it. But even I was upstairs all day, so I even would have heard it. Anyway, so we had to wait till 4 for them to come. But anyway, tomorrow then, or no, I'm sorry, Saturday, the estate sale that I was at last week, the one-day sale, is having a half-off day. She put on Facebook that the association, the condo association, didn't allow a 2-day sale, so they had to break it up. So Saturday, everything that was at the sale last week, it'll be half off this week. So right now, that's the only estate sale going on, which kind of weird. But anyway, gotta do what you gotta do. I've got plenty of things down to list. I need to list a bunch of clothes. And then the Goodwill sales day is next week when everything's half off. So I'm hoping I can hit all 3 stores really hard and get stocked up on clothing. So yeah, that's going to call it a night. I will check in with you tomorrow, hopefully with more sales. Hey guys, it is now a Thursday and I've had one sale so far. This is a men's Eddie Bauer waffle knit shirt. It's a large, but it's a tall. So that's why I picked it up, because talls usually sell pretty well. That being said, it's just a kind of a plain shirt, nothing that special. I got it for less than $2 at a Goodwill sale. I originally had it at what, like $19.99 maybe, but it's on sale right now, so it's sold for $13.99, and the buyer paid shipping, and it's going to go in a flat rate bubble mailer. It is now Thursday night, and this order just came through for a Bible. You guys know I pick these up all the time at estate sales. Sometimes I get them for free, sometimes 25 cents, 50 cents, $1. Rarely do I pay more than $1. So this one sold on sale for $18.19, and the buyer paid media mail shipping. So I'm going to send it in one of these poly bubble. No, it's not a poly. It's a bubble mailer. Just a plain bubble mailer. These that I get at Sam's Club. It's Friday. I'm at the consignment store. Just dropped another bag off, and now I'm going to look around and see if there's anything I can get to resell myself. Christmas stuff is all out. Man, I got a lot of it. Mugs! Oh my gosh. Just Christmas mugs. Yikes. Hey guys, it's now Sunday. Been pretty slow around here, but I did have 2 sales overnight. First is this set of headphones. I got these at Barnes & Noble for $2, and I then had them up for $19.99, but then they got put into my 30% off sale. So they sold for $13.99, and the buyer paid shipping on top of that. I do want to point out, because I had somebody ask, they didn't understand if, when I say what the item sold for, if that included the shipping cost, and it doesn't. When I tell you the price, that is the price it's sold for, and then I say buyer paid shipping, and that's on top of that, because I use calculated shipping, and the buyer pays, excuse me, the shipping based on the weight of the item and the zip code they live in. So shipping is on top of that. Then this typewriter, which I picked up for $5, and it sold on sale for $69.99. I originally had it up for $100, and I've been marking it down. Buyer paid shipping on top of that, and so Papa gets to make a box, which he likes to have that kind of fun project, so yay for Papa. This one is nice and set in the case, and it isn't too huge, and it's not too heavy. So I know I said before I was going to be careful with the typewriters, those big, huge antique ones that can weigh like 30 pounds on their own, that are really, really difficult to ship. But this, I mean, it's still heavy. It's over 20 pounds, but it's in the case. It's a bit more compact. This type of thing is much easier to ship. So it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm getting ready to take some eBay photos. I have a bunch of clothes up here. I want to get clothes ready. So I know I showed you that clip where I went to the consignment store the other day. I didn't get anything there, so I didn't have anything to show you. There's no estate sale Saturday footage because there was only one estate sale yesterday, and it was the same condo that was last week that I went to. Because of the association rules, it turns out they couldn't have a 2-day sale, so they had the second day of the sale yesterday, and everything was half off. But when I was there last week, it wasn't like I saw much I wanted anyway, and I just wasn't in the mood to go, so skipped that. I did my bookkeeping for October yesterday, and got that done, and then the rest of the day I took a mental health day. I did nothing. Sat on my butt, watched TV, played on my phone, did nothing, and it was wonderful. Took a nap. It was awesome. So I don't have any pickups to show you this week, but next week's video I will, because Thursday the Goodwills in my area are having a half off sale, and there are 3 Goodwills close to me. One's a little far, but I like it a lot, so I'll drive there. So I'm looking for more clothes to stock up on. Like I said to my dad, I should just sell clothes. Why do I bother with all this other crap? Clothes sell the best. I mean, there's the flatware and the typewriters here and there, but really, clothes are the best sellers? Anyway, so that'll be next week's video. The other thing I've been going through dealing with is health insurance. Now, I have a private health care plan that I got when I quit my job. It'll be 12 years this December that I quit my job working for the Chamber of Commerce. Yes. Freedom. And started working for myself. At that time, I had to find my own health insurance, which was a struggle to get a plan, because back then, you know, they could disqualify you for pre-existing conditions. You had to go through all these health tests. They had to, you know, it took 3 months for all the paperwork and everything to get done so I could get health care. But I've been happy with it. It's fine. But then when Obamacare hit, Affordable Care Act, then the rates started going up, because for people to get affordable health care, other people have to pay for it, which means subsidies and private insurance has to make up the difference to pay for the people who are getting the cheap plans. So my rates have gone up. Last year, I went in because I wanted more coverage. I had been on a cheaper plan. I was like, I'm getting older, you know, I should get a little more coverage. So I went in, and when you're, all healthcare works this way, there are like sections of plans. You have the company, and then each company has plans, and they're like sectioned. So I was in a section of plans. There were several in there. I wanted to move up. I wanted to pay more and get better insurance. Well, because of the Affordable Care Act, that was no longer allowed. You could not move up a plan. You could only move down, or you had to move out to a completely different section that was approved by the Affordable Care Act. Stupid. So because I wanted more coverage, I had to leave my section, go into a different section that was approved under the Affordable Care Act. And under that section, my rate went up to $385 a month, $70 copays, and a $7,000 deductible. And that's what I paid all this past year. So then I get a letter last week. My plan for 2017 is going up from $385 a month to $575 a month, almost $200 more a month. There's no way. $600 a month basically for a $7,000 deductible and $70 copays. It's just ridiculous. So I go on the exchange, the healthcare.gov, and I'm looking at plans. And the difficult thing is that you have to estimate your 2017 income. Now I'm self-employed. My income fluctuates. So I look back at what I made last year, 2015. I type that in. It gives me the rates. And they're, plans that I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good plan. I can pay that. Actually, it's better coverage than what I'm getting now. Okay, but then I realized, in 2016, in November 1st, I've already made as much money as I did in 2015. So I'm clearly going to make more in 2016. So I estimate what I'm going to make this year. I just, November and December are pretty busy. So I add several thousand into that total. Then the rates jump. They like double. So now it's double the premiums, double the deductibles, everything. I'm like, well, crap. I don't know what I'm going to make in 2017. If you underestimate, then let's say you put in a number and then you make more than that, you'll owe at the end of the year. However, if you put in a number and you make less, then you'll get a refund. But every amount you put in, the deductibles go up. Even like you put in $1,000, you think you're going to make $1,000 more, deductible goes up. So I'm like, crap, what do I do? So I decided to put in the maximum amount that you can make. And then I'm going to have to make sure I don't go over that. If I make less than that, then I'll get a refund. So basically, make less money, pay less insurance, and I'll have more money in my pocket, which makes no sense, because isn't America about you work hard, you can make as much money as you want, and you make your own success. But under the Affordable Care Act, the more money you make and you need to buy a plan, the higher the cost is, which I get. If you make more, you're going to pay more. But if you make less, the plan is substantially less. So for me, paying out of pocket, considering my health insurance is the biggest bill I pay. I own my house outright. I own my car outright. So I don't have a mortgage and a car payment. So my health insurance is my biggest bill. I mean, there's utilities and all that kind of stuff, but that stuff's a lot less. I pay the most money for health insurance. So I should plan to not make as much money in 2017 so I can get a cheaper plan and have more money in my pocket. Now, does that make sense? I would like to make more money so I could save for the future. And that would be a logical step that most people would think. But no, if you have to buy your own health insurance, it's better if you make less money and then you can pocket the money you save on healthcare. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm so frustrated. Tomorrow I go and meet with my insurance agent. He's going to show me what the plans are. The current plan I'm on, the $385, I could still pay $385 next year, but have a huge drop in my coverage. Or I can go on healthcare.gov and I can probably find a plan for around $200 and get a lot better coverage, but it's going to trap me in an income level. I'm going to have to watch and make sure that I don't go over that income, or else then I'm going to owe more money at the end of the year. And my worry is, what if they mess with Obamacare? I don't like it. I wish it didn't exist. But if I'm going to get on it, I don't want them to pull the plug on it and then I don't have anything, because it took me a long time to get private health care. Sorry, someone just called me and it knocked the filming off. Anyway, I had to go through a lot of paperwork to get private health care. If I give that up and something happens to government care, Obamacare exchange, whatever you want to call it, then what am I going to do? That's my worry. I'm not worried about what these plans. I'm worried that they're going to go away and then I don't have anything. At that point, I should stop working and claim poverty. Really? It's like, I'm just disgusted. So I'll have to see what my agent says tomorrow, but I just can't. I can't have any less coverage than I have now. It's not like I'm at the hospital all the time. It's not like I'm sick, but I go to the doctor. I see my regular doctor at least twice a year. I go to a specialist once a year at least. I have prescriptions. You know, I have a moderate level of care. Like, it asks you, do you go very little, kind of medium, or do you go a lot? And I picked the medium. Yeah, I don't know. So I'll have to see what my agent says tomorrow, but it looks like I will probably have to go on the Affordable Care Exchange thing, which I'm very nervous about. Yeah, I don't know. Healthcare is a pain in the booty. That's why I tell people who have full-time jobs and they want to quit to be resellers. If you have a family and you have good benefits, health insurance, disability, workers' comp, retirement, any of that, you better think long and hard before giving that up, because yeah, that stuff counts for a lot. Health insurance is a huge bill when you have to pay it out of pocket. Now, it's just me. I don't have dependents or anything, so I can make it work. But man, if I had kids, what I wish I had is a husband with a health plan. Then I could be on his. See, this is another thing. I talked about needing a husband to carry stuff. Now I need a husband for health insurance. Like, people get married for green cards. I could see a new industry, people getting married for health insurance coverage. It's just disgusting. Anyway, so I'll let you know how that goes tomorrow. But if you are on the exchange and have a plan, let me know below. If you had insurance before, did you have to give it up? Or were you? I know a lot of people got on it, they just didn't have insurance. And they're like, oh, it's great. And I can see that if you didn't have insurance. But if you're like me and your whole life you've always had really good insurance, and now you're having to give that up and kind of take this risk of the exchange, it just makes me really, really nervous. So anyway, well, there's nothing I can do about it today. I won't know more until I meet with my agent tomorrow. So yeah, time to stop thinking about it and get to take in some eBay photos. It's now Monday morning, and I just sold this men's Hawaiian shirt that I got at Goodwill for less than $2 for $20.99. Buyer paid shipping on top of that, and it is under a pound, so it's going to go via first class in one of the eBay poly mailers. And I picked up this because it was made in Hawaii. So I think that's usually the key with the Hawaiian shirts. They are best if they are made in Hawaii, or else they're vintage, maybe made in the USA. But I think, well, obviously Hawaii is USA, but it specifically says Hawaii. I think that's the key to getting a bit more money out of them. Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to wrap up the vlog for the week. I know it was a short one this week, but with no pickups or anything, there wasn't really anything much more to show you than the handful of sales I had. Did go to the insurance guy and dropped my private care, and I've applied for Obamacare, which was very stressful because, again, you have to estimate your income, and I'm self-employed, so it's like, what's your net self-employed after your deductions? I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, that's a mess. So I put in a higher number than I'll probably make just so I'm covered. But when I go see my accountant at the beginning of the year, I'll have to tell him I switched, and so that'll be next year, and maybe he can give me some advice about numbers to hit. So anyway, what a mess. But yeah, so sorry again for the short video this week, but if you're liking SeeAnnSELL, give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you next week with, I'm sure, a lot more footage. Hopefully some more pickups. Got to hit those Goodwill sales this week, so hoping for a lot more clothing. So now, till next time, thanks for watching. Bye.